So hi everyone. My name is Dr. Linh Phung. I'm originally from Vietnam, but I'm living in Pittsburgh right now. And if you look at the map here, this is Pittsburgh. It is about 5 hours away from Pittsburgh. From New York, and about 4 hours from Washington, D.C. And this is a picture of the city of Pittsburgh. Jaden here is also living in Pittsburgh, so he can tell you more about the city later. It's really a beautiful city with a lot of things going on, and I really like living here. I did my bachelor degree in teaching English in Vietnam, but I came to the US as a graduate student. I did my master's degree in the US, and then I did my doctorate degree in the US as well. And I have been teaching at Chatham University for about 9 years now. And I also run Eduling International Academy. We offer classes to students from different countries. And right now we have quite a few students from Vietnam, and some of you are here to participate in this discussion. So I really appreciate that. But this is the website. This is the Facebook page. If you want to follow some of the activities that we do, you can like the page or follow the page. And this is the email address if you need to email and ask questions. And we have classes at different grade levels and different proficiency levels as well. We have a few students here who are taking the Rich G class, and we also have students who are taking the Inside C class. I also have students taking the Rich B and Rich E classes. Okay, so about today. So today we have on the panel three students. Chen couldn't make it today because she's sick, but we have Bảo Anh, who is a student from Đoàn Thị Điểm middle school, and we have Bảo Quang, who is a 5th grader, and he speaks English really well, and he wants to share his experience with you. And we have Jaden from the Fox Chapel High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's going to introduce himself later as well. The panelists are going to share the experience learning English, but later on you can talk about other things. So the participants are muted, but if you want to ask a question, you can type into the chat box, or you can raise your hand, right? Or you can raise your hand on Zoom to ask questions, and I will call on the other students to also ask questions as well. Okay, so now over to you. I would like the students here to introduce themselves, and since Jaden is on the top of the screen here, Jaden, could you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, well, I'm Jaden Lai, and I moved to America when I was 6 from Taiwan and started to practice my English then. And it's not mastered yet because you can't really master English with all its rules. Yeah.
Okay. What do you like doing in your free time?
I just like to hang out with my friends with my free time. Maybe go bowling sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Jaden. Bảo Anh.
Hi, I'm Bảo Anh. I'm now in grade 7. I'm now in secondary Đoàn Thị Điểm school in C2, Cambridge 2 in Đoàn Thị Điểm. I'm not really a good student. I just like medium in English, but I still like to play. But I'm great in playing games, not studying. I hate studying. I just like to play.
Yeah, well, you speak English very well from what I can see. Okay, so you can share with us your experience hating English and studying, but still speaking English well. Bảo Quang.
Hi, I'm Bảo Quang, and I'm 11 years old now, and I was born in Hanoi and grow up here. My birthday is in January 18th, and I like to read books in my free time.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that your birthday is pretty close to mine. Mine is February the 25th. So we were both born in February, Quang. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Sorry, I was born in January.
Oh, January, not February. Okay, I didn't hear it correctly then. Okay. Yeah, thank you for being here and sharing your experience with the students here. So I'm going to move to the questions. I'm going to ask the, oh, sorry. Maybe something's wrong. Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to ask the students here some questions and they are going to share their experience. But the participants here are welcome to also share their experience as well, okay? Let's see, so my first question, you already introduced yourself, but can you talk a little bit more about what languages you speak or the languages that you are learning and what are your reasons for learning those languages? How do you see yourself use the language in the future? So let's start with Jaden.
Well, I know English and Mandarin Chinese. The reasons I learned Chinese is to be able to speak to my grandparents and be able to go around parts of Asia by myself potentially in the future, and being able to speak those languages. And I might use this language in a job in the future. That's what I see it for.
Okay, you may use Mandarin in your job in the future.
Yeah.
So that's why you're still learning Chinese when you are in the US.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, very good, thank you. How about you, Bảo Anh? Bảo Anh, what are your reasons for learning English? And how do you see yourself use English in the future?
My reason for learning English is like to have great education, to go to another country to learn, so to have a better life. But because in Vietnam, it's not the best country, so I must go to another foreign country like USA and England or Germany to learn. And in future, I want to use it in learning and in my jobs if I can have any jobs. And it's English is now like a world language because most of every country use it. And if you even go to Philippines, people still use it. So that's my way for using English. That's all.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, very good reasons. You want to go to another country to study and live, maybe. And also, maybe you have to talk with people from many different countries. And a lot of people use English these days. Bảo Quang, can you share with us your reasons?
The reason I want to speak English because I could communicate with people better.
What people are you thinking of?
Yeah, I guess it's England or USA people or some kind of people who can speak English very well.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. But like Bảo Anh mentioned that even if you just go to another Asian country, like the Philippines, people there speak English as well. So English is very useful to talk to people, right? How do you see yourself use English in the future? Like when you grow up or when you have a job, do you see yourself use English?
I think I'll rarely see some English people or in the future, but I might see my old friends of my old English friends. I mean.
Yeah, so you're gonna use English with your friends that you make, right? Maybe there are many different friends from different countries as well. Okay.
Yes.
How about the other students here? Do you want to share your reasons for learning English? You can type something into the chat box, or you can just maybe raise your hand on Zoom if you want to talk about the reasons why you are learning English. No? Yeah, they may not know how to change the name on the screen, but okay, so everyone already, the panelists have already shared all of the reasons. Any other reasons for learning English or for learning another language?
Just to maybe expand your mind some more. Just keep it moving, learning another language.
Yeah.
You'll pick up a lot more things with different languages.
Yeah, that's a good point. That when you learn another language, actually your mind is expanding because you have so much in your head and in your brain. And actually research has shown that people who speak different languages and learn different languages can stay sharp and intelligent longer, right? When we get older, we forget things, but by learning another language, we may stay sharp longer. Oh, everyone, please don't draw on the screen. If you want to say something, can you type into the chat box? Traveling. Yeah, a student here really loves traveling, so learning English is useful. Okay. Anybody else wants to share the reasons why you're learning English? So for Zoom, you can also raise your hand. So if you click on participants, if you look down at the bottom of your screen and you see the word participants, click on it. And then when you see your name on the list, there's a function that allows you to raise your hand. You will see it next to your name. So if you want to talk, you can raise your hand and I will unmute you, because right now I mute everyone so that it's not too noisy. Okay, so let me move on to the next question so that the panelists here, the students here can answer as well. This is a long question. What skills in those languages are you good at? What are the biggest challenges? And if you have challenges, then what strategies do you use to overcome the challenges?
I guess I'll start. I guess my only good skills are just communicating, but beyond that, like maybe describing something or talking about things that people don't normally talk about. That my vocabulary kind of gets weak in those spots. But I just ask questions to overcome those words and just learn more by talking to people.
Yeah, so sometimes you forget vocabulary, and that's so true. I speak Vietnamese as my first language, but I have been living in the US for so long, I start to forget Vietnamese. So you need to keep using the language if you want to remember it, right? How about you, Bảo Anh? What skills are you good at, and what are some of the challenges and strategies?
English, I think I'm communicate and speak very well, but sometimes I very hate the stress of it. Like you see, I hate stress and the pronounce of it. Like in some exams, if there's not pronounce and stress stuff, I cannot. I always do wrong of it. And in vocab, I must learn more. And but in grammar, I'm very good in grammar and use of English because they are very easy, and only the phonetics and the stress and the vocab is a little bit hard for me.
Okay.
And also the writing is just you just need to know about. It's just like combined with vocab and grammar. You just need to know all of it.
Okay. So Bảo Anh is good at speaking, he's good at grammar, but phonetics and phonetics and stress and vocabulary are challenging. But it's true, I mean, everyone is learning new words all the time. I am learning, native speakers are still learning English. And one of the key to learning more words is to read more, right? If you want to know a lot, you have to read a lot. Bảo Quang, can you share your skills and challenges and strategies?
My great skills in the English is in reading, speaking, and there's one more there's one more skills that I didn't remember.
Mm.
And
Reading, speaking, listening.
yes,
Mm.
listening. My biggest challenge is when I found a new word that I didn't know the meaning or something, but my strategy is open the dictionary, just searching for that word and find the meaning.
Mm. Okay. So sometimes when you don't understand the word that you read, then you use the dictionary, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But do you use it all the time? Let's just say when you read something long and there are many, many new words, do you stop every time to look up a new word?
My dad said it's good for me because that will help me understand new words.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so I can say that when you read, there are different purposes. If you want to read something just to enjoy it, I don't think you should look up words all the time. But if when you read in order to understand something really well, then it's okay to look things up and read again and again, right? So there are many different strategies. It depends on your purpose. So I'm gonna stop here as well and see if the students wanna share about their challenges, their strategies, and also if they want to ask questions to the panelists here. If you can type your questions into the chat box, I can read it to the panelists to answer. And also you can share too. So what strategies do you use to learn English well? Okay, vocab is your nightmare. Okay. It seems like everyone here struggles with vocabulary a little bit.
Vocabulary, because most parents let us using dictionary, so it's very hard to do it.
Yeah.
Because if we use internet dictionaries, will be a lot more time instead of using the dictionary book to do it.
Oh, okay. I agree with you, Bảo Anh, that I don't use the dictionary book anymore. It's just so big and it's not as fast. So if I have to talk to your parents, I can advise them to let you use the online dictionary or an app on the phone. But the problem is that when you have a phone, maybe you're not learning. Is that the case, Bảo Anh?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. How about other students? Do you want to share what strategies do you use to learn English well? Do you want to type something into the chat box? I'm sure you all speak English and you have been learning English for a long time and everybody has good strategy. So one student says his phone helps him. Grammar and spelling, so stressful. Okay. Yeah, so many rules in the language, right? Grammar can be stressful. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? I can call on you if you want to talk. Let's see. I want to hear from someone else because I recognize some students here. Emma, would you want to share? I know you speak English very well as well. If you can just raise your hand and I will unmute you. Emma, do you want to share your strategies or what challenges you have in learning English?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Today I have a bad headache, so
Oh, okay. Sorry for putting you on the spot, but yeah, okay. How about you, Hannah? Do you want to share what strategies you have? I can unmute you. I unmuted you if you want to talk. Okay, someone raised their hand. Hoàng An Thảo Nguyên. Let me see if I can find your name on the list. Okay. So let me check. I have so many on the screen now that I cannot. Okay, let me do something like this to see if you can. Okay, I see it now. So how can I unmute you? Okay, let me unmute Hoàng An, Thảo Nguyên. Do you want to talk? I can see that you raise your hand. What are your strategies? No, Thảo Nguyên. Okay. If you want to talk later, that's fine. And I'm okay with you typing your answer into the chat box as well. Okay. Okay. So let me ask the next question here to the panelists. What helps you to succeed in your language learning? What secrets do you want to share with other students?
I think for me, the best way to like succeed in the language is just to practice every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes. Because I use an app called Duolingo. I feel like most of you guys have heard of Duolingo, and just 5 minutes on that app every single day really gets you freshened up in that language.
Yeah, yeah. And you're talking about Chinese, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you can do it with
Duolingo.
English or anything.
It's a very famous app in the US. I will type it in here, but oh, I didn't type it to everyone. Okay, but I think it's too easy for some of you, I think, because they don't teach you really complex skills. It's just very simple skills. If you are learning a different language, like let's just say Japanese or Portuguese. When I went to Brazil a few years ago, I did use Duolingo to practice a little bit of Portuguese. But when I was in Brazil, I couldn't use much. But everybody that I met spoke English anyway. Okay, how about Bảo Quang? Can you share your secrets?
My secrets, there are two secrets that one of it I couldn't tell. Yeah, because they'll copy me.
Yeah.
And my secret that I can tell is during my my daily warm-up book that help improve my English a lot.
Warm-up book. Can you explain?
The warm-up books. It's a bunch of reading. Sorry, I'll start a video. The warm-up book is a bunch of reading over 150 non-fiction and fiction passage, and follow-up question for each passage target essential comparison skills, ideal for test preparation. That means this one is very good for taking a test.
Okay. So you read a lot, but you also answer comprehension questions so that you can prepare for your test as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I agree with Bảo Quang that reading a lot is going to help you a lot with grammar and vocabulary. Sometimes you may learn something without knowing it, just by reading. Okay. How do you practice speaking then, Bảo Quang?
I always read English book and remember them and like I was speaking in my mind.
Okay. So you speak in your mind. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, that you can also think about what you want to say in your head. Bảo Anh, can you share your secrets?
The secret is just that every time I have some worksheet, I use a note to write all of the new words and grammars. After that, at the end of the week, I will try to learn all of it. And about 2 weeks before the exam, I will try to learn from the beginnings to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Next is that I usually if you think that play game is bad for yourself, but when I play game, I put on room. I use USA server because I fake the ID server to USA, and I put on room chat and chat with them. So it's like an improving skills.
Mm.
And even that, I read a lot of comics in English. It's will help because you can see the words to the character, the action.
Mm.
That's it.
Okay. So you sometimes you play games and you even use you read comic books. Yeah, I agree. My advice for you will be try to find something that you enjoy doing. Of course, in English, if you want to improve English, then it has to be in English. And then just keep doing it. If you like watching movies, watch more movies, do it constantly. If you like listening to music, do that. If you like comic books, also read more every day. Sometimes chatting with other people on the internet may be useful, but you have to be careful so that it's safe, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to other students as well. And Minh Huy, do you wanna share something? I can unmute you. I unmute you, Minh Huy.
No, I don't. I
No,
don't
you
want
don't.
to.
Okay, you don't want to. Okay, that's fine. Okay, who else? Anybody else wants to share your secrets of success? Okay, anh Nguyễn Đức, let me see. Let me see if I can find your name on the list. It's a long list here. Okay, let me try something like this. I'm gonna unmute you all. Okay, now now we can hear everyone. Okay. Okay, so now you can unmute yourself. If you want to talk, you can just click on the microphone to unmute yourself. So I want to hear from more students. What are some of your strategies to be successful? You can just unmute your microphone. I don't have to do it. So anh Nguyễn Đức. Oh, he left. He raised his hand, but then he left. Can you type something into the chat box? Do you want to share your strategies or your secrets of learning English?
Pig.
I have 3 secrets. What are they? Bảo Châu, reading books. Reading books, definitely. I have a baby and she's 17 months, but I read books to her every day. I read books to her in English and I read books to her in Vietnamese. Listen to music? Yeah, you can learn a lot from listening to music too. Do you have any questions to the 3 students here? Jaden, so you talked about learning English, but learning Chinese, but can you share your experience learning English when you first came to the US?
Well, I don't really remember, but I remember parts where like I just pushed myself because they would have to take me out of regular English class and they would take me away from my friends and everything. So I try to push myself harder to be able to stay in the regular classes with my friends. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, in the US, there are millions of students who don't speak English as their main language. So when they go to school, they have to learn English like you, but they also have to learn other subjects. So it can be really challenging because you have to learn math, you have to learn science, you have to learn social studies in English while your English is still developing. If I remember correctly, there are more than 10 million students like this in the US. So it's still a challenge to many students, even when they are in the US. So Quang, someone raised your hand. Can you unmute yourself and then talk on your microphone?
Um, there's my two secrets of my successful in my language learning is that I listen to English conversations, uh, um, a lot of them, and I practice doing grammar in a textbook, and I note down every vocabulary that I do know, and I am trying to read them again and find them when over them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Quang. So you say that you have conversations, you have in English. You also, you said practice vocabulary?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. It's true. If you want to be good at English, you have to do it every day. You have to practice or you have to do something every day. Okay?
Don't die.
Anybody else wants to share, or do you have any questions to Jaden and to the students here?
No.
You can ask me any question. I don't bite.
He says he doesn't bite, so you can ask questions.
How can you bite through the screen?
It was just a joke.
Right, it's just a joke, and even if we have a virus right now, we cannot transmit to each other either, so that's a good thing about doing this online. But maybe that's a bad joke too. Do you want to ask any questions about Pittsburgh or about the US? Because like I mentioned, Jaden and I have been in the US for a while, so if you have questions. You can ask it in the chat box. Premier, can you tell me something about English games? So the question is, can you tell me something about English games? Bảo Anh, can you share some games?
In USA there are some English games you play. I play a lot of like Call of Duty because it's not a lot of English when people chat to each other and
Okay, maybe I have to mute everyone again. It's noisy. Okay. Okay. Bảo Anh, can you say it again? What game is it?
like most of popular game like Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG. I usually put on the chat to chat with other people in several servers. Like I sometimes use Singapore server. I chat with them, and sometimes I use Europe, and sometimes I use South America and North America. But I ask you, do not use North because people speak in that time in that area is very bad.
Okay, so sometimes Bảo Anh uses the Singapore server or servers from different countries to chat with those people. And then someone mentioned Minh Huy, he suggests Fortnite. Can you explain what it is, Minh Huy, if you don't mind talking?
I know it.
Oh, you know it. Can you explain, Bảo Quang?
Fortnite is like a battle royale game, like PUBG, but it's more better than PUBG because PUBG is now going to be a dead game. And Fortnite have a lot of update and very good things.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then let's see what else here. Minecraft. I kind of know the game a little bit. I heard about it. Jaden, do you know Minecraft?
Yeah. You can't. I don't really play on servers, but you can join Minecraft servers and talk to a bunch of people.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
go into Minecraft server because it will be very laggy if you use on computer. They challenge every time, and even that they were alone.
Mm. Okay, let me mute everyone. You can unmute yourself when you speak because it's a little bit noisy now. So Minecraft, you can go there and play games and then talk to people as well. Is that right?
Only if the person has a microphone or they just type in chat.
Okay, I see. So it's kind of like virtual reality. Is that right?
Virtual reality is with the headset,
Yeah.
but it's just regular computer
Okay.
gaming. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, let me see what else. What other games are suggested here? PUBG or PUBG. Minh Huy, can you explain what it is? Or you can type or you can talk or not. That's fine. Okay, let's see.
Well,
Mhm.
well, it is just a battle royale game, just like Fortnite, but it is for older people because it is violent.
Okay, you said that, yeah. Okay, so it is for older people. What do you mean by old? Like, like me?
So
Like
they use
18 to 20
so they
range.
yep
Okay, so 18
because they
people.
use guns.
Oh,
Okay, so because they use guns to shoot each other,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, it's
last
pretty
man
realistic.
standing wins.
Wow. Okay. So I agree. That's for older kids, not for small kids, because it sounds like it's very violent, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a question here, and if you can share, everyone can share. You can just type it in the chat box, or you can talk to the microphone. Can you tell me about English cartoon and English movies that are useful for learning English? English movies, English cartoons, Family Guy. Is that what you said, Minh Huy?
Just a joke.
Okay, okay,
Please.
okay. So let me see. A lot of suggestions here about game or maybe cartoons as well. And there's a question here in Jaden. You can answer. Do Americans drink cold water even in the winter?
I do.
Yeah.
Most restaurants everywhere, they still serve cold water in the winter.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I don't drink warm water. I always drink cold water. Maybe I have been here long and I'm used to it. But when my parents came here, they wanted to drink warm water.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think water's taste depends on its temperature, and
Right.
it tastes the best when it's cold.
Yeah, that I agree. I guess I'm more American now, but so someone mentioned film about Warren Buffett.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe a suggestion.
suggestion? Is that the stock market guy?
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
investor guy.
The investor.
So Pokemon Go.
I don't think that's improved English.
Oh, what game? Quang, can you tell us more?
I didn't say that I play games to improve English, but I learn my English a little bit part by designing computer programs.
Okay.
But
Designing
you can cause accident. And that's nice.
accidents. You can cause accidents.
Not accident,
And
but
that's
I creating computer programs like some message that written in English.
Mm-hmm.
That's help my English very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, computer program. Yeah. Is it the same as coding? You learn to program different things. Is that right, Bảo Quang?
Yes. but I hadn't been coding for a half year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we learn English in many different ways. And my advice again is to find something that you really love and you enjoy and keep doing it. There's another question here. What webs or social apps you use to improve your English skills? So websites and social apps. So someone mentioned VOA. Yeah,
I know some
yes.
of it.
Yes, can you share about it?
As you know, Twitter and Facebook is two of biggest
Netflix.
Biggest internet social and in Twitter people mostly chat in English, so it's very good to you to like get in and chat with each other. And in Facebook like that too, they even have some movies for you to watch to improve English.
Yeah, so movies, Facebook, YouTube. If you go to YouTube, there are a lot of videos that you can search for and you can watch. I guess everybody knows YouTube, right? So Tao says VOA, right? Voice of America. It's a radio, but also there's a website. Any other suggestions? Social apps. This is
So please
Please
forgive me. I need to go into the toilet.
Okay, no
please
problem.
Forgive me.
No problem. You can go. So I will wait for Hui to come back to ask this question because it is his question. Why is Jaden still wearing a hat although you are inside? So you can wait for him to come back to answer that question, but that's so funny.
Right.
I like his style.
Let me see.
Thank you.
Do you play sports, Jaden?
I'm track and field is starting Monday, so that is my sport, and
What's track
about
and
to start.
field?
It is where it's a running and throwing, like you throw big cannonballs or spears or a disc, and you
I know.
spin and throw.
It's happening on it's happening Olympic.
Yes, but just for high school. It's not for the Olympics.
Yeah, who knows? You can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Track and field. So you run on tracks, right? And you play different sports in fields. So that's why it is called track and field.
There is also pole vaulting where you launch yourself with a stick over another pole to see if you can get over the pole.
Okay. So who else? Let's see. Someone likes Discord. What is it for Near? Do you want to explain what it is that you're sharing about?
Let me tell. Just like gaming, like app for gaming to chat each other, join a voice chat, and when playing game we can talk together. Like that.
Yeah, voice chats. Okay. I couldn't hear the whole sentence that you said, maybe because of the connection, but I heard it's some kind of voice chat. Netflix, yes. Is there Netflix in Vietnam now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Netflix now.
Yeah, that's great then.
But now people but now there is some some apps to hack Netflix. I use it to hack it for 1 month.
Okay. Oh, please don't draw on the screen. Okay, that's not nice. If you want to talk, you can talk, but please don't draw on the screen.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, who else? Let's see. So Minghui is back, and his question is that why are you wearing a hat when you're inside Jaden?
Well, I was just at my friend's house overnight, and I just got back, and my hair's a little messy, so I have to keep my hat on.
Okay, because his hair is messy, so he wants to keep the hat on. Okay.
Well, that's nice.
Nice hat.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And someone says that he likes Jaden's style, fashion style. It looks fashionable.
What?
Anyway, let's see who else has suggestions here. Instagram, Facebook. Let's see. Oh my G. OMG. Oh my God. Twister. I don't know what Twister is. Chats.com.
I think Twister is just a kind of drink.
Oh, it's a kind of drink. It's not an app or a game.
It's also a board game, but not really a board game.
I see. Wow, you guys know so much. So what sports can children play? Someone asked a question. What sports can children play?
What
They
sport?
should play. They should play boxing.
Sleeping.
Sleeping. That's not a sport. You don't use energy with
You
sleeping.
can play soccer, baseball, tennis,
I love basketball.
or just running.
Or just running.
Yeah.
If you have a good
Or
pair of shoes.
Maybe basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Ping pong.
Ping pong.
Ping pong, yes. Table tennis, ping pong, yes.
Badminton. Badminton.
Badminton, yes.
Tennis.
Tennis, yeah. So what sports do you
Golf.
golf? Yeah. If you
Gaming.
golf, you can play
Volleyball.
sport. Golf, volleyball, yes.
Gaming best.
What is that?
Gaming.
Gaming. That's not a
Gaming.
sport. Is that a sport?
It's on ESPN, so I think it's a sport.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is it because it's physical?
Yep.
Is it physical now? Do you have to stand up and move around?
You do not. But
No.
I
We
think
use our
based off of the
brain. It's big
competition.
brain time.
Okay, brain sports then, to exercise your brain.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Big brain all the time.
Okay. Rock blocks. So rock blocks, can someone explain to me what it is? Rock blocks.
it's like Legos,
Okay.
moving Legos.
It does not use any circles, my friend.
Okay.
No, the Roblox is like it have many games in here, and we can chat with the other people, and we can play very much game in
Oh.
one.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So is it an app? Can I download it?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay. I need to know these things. This is great because it's very important for teachers to know what students like, maybe so that they can use some of the games and the tools to help you to like English more.
We can create our own game in Roblox.
Okay.
I don't know.
And we can have money from it. I create a game, and now I have Robux from people who buy Game Pass on it. I eat games. It's game.
Oh wow.
I have
Okay.
here that Minecraft can create game too, but when I download it, it's just a single game.
Okay, I see. But playing games is fun. But if you are thinking of playing games to improve English, you really need to talk to other people, right? You need to
But it is free. It is free and it is a nice price.
But if you want to upgrade your avatar and buy Game Pass, you have to bought the Robux with real money. And I still have Robux from creating games, and I translate into money and buy some new stuff.
You created games?
Yes.
I didn't know that because you are stupid. Oh, sorry.
Wait, what?
Oh my god!
Okay.
I'm
Stupid
sorry.
is not the right word.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a very lively discussions now.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah.
Sorry,
so-
I say that you are intelligent and you're cool, very cool,
No,
my
wait,
friend.
wait. Before it,
Are you sure?
Are you-
I love I love you, my friend, and I never say those words to you.
Wait a minute. The before sentence you said to me.
Cái thằng Fanny
I say that you are intelligent and I love you
Before
That's a
it.
lot of love.
because
That's good.
Before
because you are my best friend, bro.
Before it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question because we haven't talked about this. What do you do to practice writing? Writing. So the writing skills.
My
Shall we-
my English teacher always give us new ones every day, so we could practice writing it.
Okay.
And that's improve our school
Yeah.
writing.
So what do you think about writing? We talked a lot about games. We talked a little bit about reading. We talked about listening to movies, videos. But what about writing? Is it important? Do you like it? How do you practice it?
I love essay.
You have essays? Yeah, can you
Yep.
tell us more?
My teacher gives us every day, and we have to write it on our notebook to give her, and she will give us the points. But I am bad at it. I am really bad.
Yeah.
Because I am stupid.
No, don't think so. It's just you need practice. Writing is very difficult. As
It
a
is
teacher,
really
yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's
So-
it's also difficult for me. I have an essay due on Monday
Oh, okay.
for a
Yeah?
book. Yeah, we have to read a book in class and write an essay about it.
Yeah, you have to read a book and then you have to write an essay about it. As a teacher at a university, so I teach at the university, I teach college students, and I can tell you that when you come to the US to study or when you go to another country to study, writing is the most difficult skill. When you talk to people, they understand you because they can see you, they can see your gestures, they can see that you're smiling, you can repeat. But when you write something, all they have is your paper. So it is actually the most difficult skill for many students who come to the US to study. It's good that you're practicing. The teacher is giving you tasks.
Teacher, it is really easy to finish essay. First, you write a very long essay, like about 900 words, and next you have to write 1,000 words. Next, you use type random 1,000 words and get it right, and the teacher will not know it.
Really, they know. Now they read everything. I read everything.
So I still do it.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like tricking the teacher. Bảo Anh. Okay.
I still do it. I even teacher give me some like homework to do, and I find the key on internet and I send to all my class.
Okay, so what time is it now? It is close to 9:30, so I'm gonna wrap it up. And if you would like to talk more, I would be happy to organize more opportunities for you to talk. But this is just an extra activity for students who want to practice English. If you want to take classes, like I mentioned at the beginning, we have some online classes for you to take with Eduling International Academy. And sometimes we write some articles to share with you so that you can learn about what is going on. There's a YouTube channel. We don't have a lot of videos yet. There's a Facebook page, and also there's a Facebook group for parents who want to talk more about teaching and learning and teaching English. So I just want to wrap it up, and I want to thank you very much, the panelists, for being here, and thank you everyone for participating. You shared a lot of useful information. So do you like doing this? Do you want to talk more like this, or do you have any suggestions? We can even get together and play games. I don't know how it looks like yet, but it is possible if you want to get together and play some games. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night in Vietnam. And have a good day, Jaden.
Thank you. Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for the video.
Hello, không có gì vui.
Bye, John.
Bye. Thanks so much, Jaden, Bảo Quang, and
Do
Bảo
this
Anh
more.
for being the main
Bye-bye.
speakers.
Thank teacher for the video of Zoom.
You're welcome.
I actually like doing this. You should do more.
Oh, okay. Do more videos like this?
Yeah,
Okay. I would be happy to. I will invite students from the US.
you should.
Okay. I will try.
Yeah. I'll come back and talk to you guys if you want me to.
See? Jaden is happy to talk to you more.
You
I
will
actually
come back.
try to talk.
Miss Ling will not be in US soon because she is going back to Vietnam in April.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet because of the virus. And my baby doesn't have.
Vietnam no virus people infected.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the US,
Chocolate.
in the US, there may people. Yeah, I don't have, my baby doesn't have a passport yet, but I'm still trying. But thanks very much. I'm from Vietnam
Why do you
originally.
don't have a passport? Why don't you have a why don't the baby have the passport?
Well, we are just applying. It takes time, and we are too busy, and so she doesn't have a passport yet. But we have to apply
I
for
get
a
a visa to USA for like 1 week, for like a week.
Yeah. Yeah, if we pay a little bit more, it doesn't take a long time to get a passport
Oh.
and a visa.
Because I said because my mom friends work there, so it's very easy to get the pass visas.
Okay. Yeah, we will try. We'll visit Vietnam soon for sure. My baby, my grandparents want to see her, and my family wants to see her. And it's true. I am Bảo Quang's mom's cousin. Her name is Phùng Diệu Linh. So she has the same last name, the same first name. She's also a not a doctor, but she has a doctorate in teaching Vietnamese, and I teach English. And so it's so good. And Bảo Quang's mom is my friend. Bảo Anh, sorry, is my friend. So we all know each other. And Jaden's mom is my friend as well in Pittsburgh. And someone say that my teacher is my mom's teacher. Yeah, we all know each other. It's a small
You
world.
spell teacher wrong. Teacher is Teacher, not
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true, but you yeah.
The A plus in your exam.
It's okay. Sometimes we make mistakes. It's called a typo. A typo is when you know the word, but you spell it wrong just because you forget or things like that. So a typo is different from a mistake. A mistake is when you don't know something and you make it, but a typo is when you know it, but you forget. So Bảo Quang, you said that you are a teacher. I know that Quang, you share information and you teach other students as well. So that's great. You're gonna speak English so well. It took me a long time. I came to the US over 15 years ago, and it took me a long time. But I can see that a lot of Vietnamese students can already speak English so well. I'm very happy.
No, I communicate too much to people.
You communicate too much. Sometimes, Bảo Anh, if we are very good at speaking, we have to practice listening. So listening is actually a difficult skill. But
when I came to Australia, I rap battle with people who say Asia sucks, and I rap battle with him. After that, he go home and cry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really. Okay.
it's
So
real. I mean,
everyone,
on the bus.
everyone, I'm gonna leave. But if you wanna talk with each other, I will leave it up.
Okay, goodbye. I'm going home.
You going home? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Bye, everyone. We'll talk again later.
Goodbye, teacher.
Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye. Good night.